Welcome back, guys. We are continuing on with these Mechabellum 1v1 replays, and we have an interesting one. I did something that I've basically never done before. I never play with sledgehammers. I don't know why, I just never do. Well, I kind of know why, because everybody used to play with them when I first started playing, and I didn't want to follow the trend. So, after like 300 hours of playing this game, I finally decided to try and use the sledgehammers. And yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. So the player I was playing against is really high ranked, probably the highest ranked player that I've played against. And we've got a Fang Sledgehammer quick supply start. They've got a Fang Crawler, and they've brought in 2 marksmen with a supply specialist start. So I was completely unsure about what I was doing. I've never had to do a proper setup with sledgehammers before, so I don't know what I was doing. I was first of all thinking about going for what I normally do, which is double stacking, one behind the other. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to put them all in a line so they all reach the battlefield at the same time, because they're basically the same speed. Fangs are a little bit slower, so they will target the sledges first, potentially, because the Fangs are a bit slower. Looks like I actually put this one. Oh no, there we go, I've moved it. So I've gone for 2 sledges here with 3 Fangs, middle and outsides. Now I don't know whether this is the best thing to do. I haven't got a clue, to be honest with you. But that's the setup that we went for. So it's gone pretty well so far, but I did have 150 more supply on the field than they did. Potentially 200 more. So extended range sledgehammer showed its face, so straight away I was thinking I want to take advantage of that. Now, I don't know whether it's worth it. It probably is because of the speed of the unit, because you do lose 30% HP, which is a considerable amount, but it all depends on... So it's 30 meters, an extra 30 meter range, and they move at 7 meters a second. So that's just over 4 seconds, and they shoot at 4.5. So basically, they would get almost 1 extra shot on me. But is that worth a 30% HP reduction? I honestly don't know. It seems a bit... yeah. So 608, 6, 12, 18, 24. %, less is around about 700. So 15. So 3 shots versus 4 shots. So you know what? I think it works out worse taking extended range in a 1v1 sledgehammer duel. I'll have to try it in the test mode. But anyway, back to the game. I decided to go for a sledge flank. And I've taken the towers out, but they are approaching my towers. So it's anybody's guess if they're actually going to make it to the towers or not. Luckily we managed to get one of the snipers to turn around, but another one of the snipers is going to make it to the tower, which is a shame. But there's a chance that we might still win anyway. Unfortunately that shot landed milliseconds before he took the tower out. So it's looking like it's looking like, oh no, we are going to win. We are going to win. So I see laser sights, and I think I'll take advantage of that. See if I can get even more range on these sledgehammers. Don't know what the opponent's doing. He hasn't quite... He's gone for mass-produced rhino. Right, okay. So we're bringing in some phoenixes to try and help soften up these sledges. But obviously the phoenixes move a lot faster than our front line, so it's going to be difficult to place them and not have the phoenixes overtake the front line. But I've decided to put them over here to protect the sledges from a missile attack. But he is going for suicide rhinos. So he's got his mass-produced rhinos, so suicide rhino is perfect for mass-produced. So it doesn't look like he's bought the ability yet, but he will do eventually. I've stuck a crawler behind here as well, so... It's a close fight between the sledges and the rhino. I think the sledges might have actually won that without any help. But our flank has fallen over here because he has taken mechanical rage, which basically they shoot 30% faster with mechanical rage. They also move 4 meters a second faster as well. But the main reason you take it is for the 30% extra attack speed. So, if I was a more knowledgeable sledgehammer player, then I probably would have taken mechanical rage as well. But I didn't, so I lost that round. What's worse though is I'm feeding experience to them. And sledges love experience. So does any unit, but really does benefit the sledges. So he's gone for incendiary bomb. And I can't decide whether to go for an item and go into giants, because that's what I've been doing recently, or to just go for incendiary bomb and forget about the giants. I'm still trying to decide. So he's gone for the double stack on the flame and oil. You can buy the oil in the tower. So basically the flame will set the oil on fire, so he'll get a huge long line of flame. I eventually went for the flame as well, but I decided not to double stack. So this sledge with the laser sights is leveling up, but the other ones aren't. He's got 3 leveled up sledges now, so that's looking pretty scary. So he's gone for his rocket over here, which is why I put the Phoenix there. I'm bringing in more Phoenix, which I'm hoping are not going to overtake these units because they'll just get sniped, but I'm worried that they will. Really, I need these hanging back or have crawler support. So there goes the devastating fire attack. My fire attack's doing pretty decent as well. But I've got flyers and they haven't, so I can avoid the fire with the flyers. Unfortunately, I can't avoid the sniper. But he is running through the flames and killing himself. So, he lost a lot during this fire attack, as well as I did. So, it's a close fight, and it looks like we're going to take it. So it looked devastating with this huge line of fire, but we managed to win the round. So extended range Phoenix has appeared, and I am going for Phoenixes. He's gone for skill specialist. So I have gone for the extended range Phoenix. This is when he decides to use the exploding rhino to blow up my sledges and crawlers. He's obviously got one over here as well. So I put a crawler down because I didn't know he was going for exploding rhinos at this point. But obviously putting this crawler down just made it so I would die to the explosion. So I've brought in a couple more Phoenixes. So his snipers don't have double tap, so the shields are going to work quite well, but they do have electromagnetic shot, so the quantum reassembly might get nullified just from using this electromag shot. So he puts a rocket down in front of these sledges, and almost as if I've got foresight, I put the shield down to protect. So the rhino blew up over there, but this rhino did actually survive. Now the good thing with this is he's got a rhino that might blow his own men up, because the explosions on the rhino don't damage aerial targets. So if I can shoot that rhino while he's standing next to some of his men, I'll be able to use that explosion against him. Let's see if I can blow some of his crawlers up. Yep. So that explosion was bad for him there. But he's took the tower out, unfortunately. So that's going to give his snipers the time to take out my Phoenixes. So that round goes to him. Right, Elite Mustang is here. Now, getting a level 3 Mustang off the bat is extremely powerful, but unfortunately, I'm the one with the air units. So it's going to benefit him much more than it'll benefit me, because Mustangs are primarily an anti-air unit. They're good at everything, but they excel in anti-air. But I decide to go for it as well, to try and use it as a counter to his anti-air. So I'll try and shoot his Mustangs while they are shooting my Phoenixes. That's the plan anyway. But for now, I'm selling off some of these units over here, because at the moment they're just dying needlessly. So I'm going to start retreating from these corners now. And I don't think I've spent... Yeah, there we go. So I've put range on the Phoenixes, and I'm bringing in a couple more. So I'm basically switching to a Phoenix build here. Because he's got hardly any anti-air at the moment, obviously he's just had that level 3 Mustang, which is a pain. But I decided to carry on going for the Phoenix build, because I don't know if he actually got that anti-air or not. But obviously now I find out that he did. So things are still going pretty well for us, but unfortunately they've taken out the tower. We have managed to kill the sniper, but at the moment it's looking pretty scary. So yeah, that round goes to him, thanks to the level 3 Mustangs. So I was a bit tentative in bringing in the Mustangs because he's got a sledge line, and sledgehammers are the counter to Mustangs, so that's why I didn't want to bring them in. But I think I don't really have much of a choice. So he's gone for the Lightning Storm. He's going for an all-in blitz here. Lightning Storm on this side. Fire Oil combo on this side. Now this side keeps falling anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much that he's gone for this, because it's basically just denying him some experience. But I've gone for quantum reassembly now, so hopefully that will help us to mitigate the anti-air threats. Sold off the crawler back here, but obviously I'm unaware of all these call-ins that he's just set, so I don't know the pain that I'm about to be inflicted upon. So I bring in some fangs just to put in front here to try and keep these sledges alive just that little bit longer, but I think it was a bad decision. Really, I should have put crawlers behind the tower or something, but obviously it makes no difference anyway, because this flame would kill anything that's on the ground. So 2 or 3 devastating call-ins he's just used there, which has absolutely decimated my army. And unfortunately, I got nowhere near killing the Rhino. So I got absolutely slaughtered there because of the call-ins. Next up, he's going for intensive training. Now we are on round 8, so you're not going to get much use out of intensive training on round 8. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go for it. Tech Specialist would probably only save you 50 or so gold. So I go for Deployment Specialist, because I feel the need to get as many units out as I can. So I'm going for Deployment Specialist. I'm selling off some of the units in the back here. And now, I think, is when I decide that I need to bring in the Mustangs. So I went for the oil flame combo this time, because I feel like I need to deal with these Mustangs now. And the sledges, obviously. but it's the Mustangs that are going to be killing my Phoenix build. And here I go. I'm bringing in 4 level 3 Mustangs on one turn, which is a massive impact. Now he has actually brought 2 level 3 Mustangs on the flanks, which obviously I'm unaware of at this point. So I get the flame ability, which is none too soon. All of the Mustangs die, and these mega tanks are getting killed. I've dealt with the flanks, but this Rhino's got a lot of health. It wiped out our Mustangs here. This Rhino wiped out some of his own. So that exploding Rhino business is doing more harm to him than good, really. I think he's probably killed more of his own units than it has mine. So I've gone for orbital, so has he. Now I've got quantum assembly, so anything that dies in the orbital is just going to come back alive, any of the Phoenixes that is. So I'm only really potentially going to lose some Mustangs and Fangs and maybe some health damage to the sledges. He sold off this flank. He's obviously decided it was a bad idea. And I'm trying to decide if I need to add another dimension to my build, or if I just need to upgrade the things that I've got. So I decide to go for the upgrade option. Now it would have been lovely to buy this elite marksman, but I couldn't really afford everything. So I decided to go for upgrading the units rather than buying this elite marksman. And I'm bringing in some more sledges to deal with these flanks. Obviously I didn't want them just having free reign in the back. I mean, I probably didn't need to do this because I've got my own Mustangs and Phoenixes here, but I wanted to speed up this flank clearing so I could get back to the front. So let's have a look. We got a nice big hit on the Mustangs there. Killed some more, and we've taken out all 3 squads of Mustangs with that orbital, so that was perfect. And theirs didn't really do much at all. So there's a bit of luck involved with the orbitals, obviously. But that went really well for us there. We've taken out the tower, we've got all of our Mustangs alive, and he doesn't have electromagnetic shock. For whatever reason, he just didn't buy it, so all of these units are just going to respawn every time he kills them. So he really needed to go for that electroshock. And there we go. That was the end of the battle. So what's interesting here is this opponent actually surrendered before the end of the battle. Yet the replay played the battle out. So I don't know whether that's a change that they've made in the latest patch. But yeah, he actually surrendered just before the last few Phoenix shots landed. But yeah, that was the sledgehammer duel. And obviously I changed my tactics up, brought in the Phoenixes. And he didn't really change his tactics very much. He just went for the conventional sledge, sniper, Mustang combo. Obviously, he brought in Rhinos, but the Rhinos were primarily brought in to deal with the flanks, and it wasn't something that he intended on using. And I don't think they were particularly effective for him. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Cheers for watching. Join me in the next one. We'll see what happens in that. Take care, guys. See you soon.